So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. I basically do trading guides for both Xbox and PlayStation for all budgets, from silver trading to icon trading with shadow trading and special card trading. On top of that, I do investments for Weekend League, Pre-Team of the Week and event investing. And you do have the ability to DM me one-on-one with any individual questions. And you can get all this for £4.99 a month or free if you have Amazon Prime. Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video and a brand new trading tutorial over on the channel. So today we've got you guys a very nice little method, nice little low budget method that I've been doing as of recently, because I've basically been learning loads of brand new trading methods and working out what's efficient and what isn't efficient. I've always been trying to work on stuff for you guys on old gen and the web app, because I do see a lot of you guys say that obviously you can't snipe as fast as myself due to maybe internet, console, or for whatever reason. So what I've got right here is I've got you guys a method that basically should be really good on the web app and old gen. I'm doing it on next gen here just for demonstration purposes. Also, I don't think I ever want to go back to old gen again. But this is a method that works on old gen because it's not very competitive yet. So this method is basically going to be trading with players used for advanced SBCs, but they've had position changes on them. So when you guys are doing advanced SBCs at the beginning of the year, you may be quite familiar with this SBC right here. This SBC right here, obviously it wants you to use 11 different leagues and one nation. I know I haven't done it properly, but whatever, it's just demonstrational purposes. Now in this SBC, you'll see that obviously you need 100 chemistry. You do need one player pack pooled, but let's say you've got one player pack pooled. Boom. Now to get the rest of the chemistry, I'm going to need myself some position changes. Now Talisa is a default centre forward, so we've had to move into striker. Casina is a default cam, we're going to have to move into centre mid. Oscar is a default cam, we're going to move him to centre mid. Neres is a default right wing, we're going to have to move into right mid. And Arthur is a default centre mid, we're going to move into CDM. As you can see, we've just had to go and do, what, 5 position changes? Which as a result means there is demand for these players with these position changes on them. Now a lot of people, well not saying a lot of people, but a few people might actually be using these players in their teams, like, you know, not even in an SBC, so they want to use Oscar in their team. What these people do is they'll go and buy an Oscar, they'll move into centre mid for their team, and then they'll go and list up Oscar, completely forgetting that they've gone and put a cam centre mid. A cam centre mid costs you at the moment about 5k. So what you can basically do is you can go through a list of players used for this advanced SBC. If you head over to my Twitch channel, type !P list, it'll give you this list. Basically, it's just a list of position change players. You'll see you've got Argentinian players, so we'll be looking for Lo Celso in CDM, CDM and striker. We'll be looking for, who else? Quintino in striker, centre mid and CDM. We would be looking for Gonzalo Martinez in centre mid, CDM and striker. We're looking for Igor Corradona in striker, centre mid and CDM. So rule of thumb is cams you're looking for in striker, centre mid, CDM. CDMs you're looking for in centre mid, cam and striker. Strikers you're looking for in cam, centre mid, CDM. Right wingers you're looking for, there's no right wingers on this list, but right wingers you're looking for in right mid. Now something you also do have to get yourself relatively familiar with is the price of these position changes. Because the last thing I want you guys doing is, let's say, buying someone who's a default cam and then buying them in striker for like 5 or 6k more. So the last thing I want you guys doing, so what you need to do is get yourself a little bit familiar with these. So let's say you're getting a default cam in striker, and let's say they're only 1k more. Well, you've got to understand they'll cost 400 coins there, of course another 1.2k there. So any cams in striker for like 1k more than they are without than they are in cam is a good buy. Likewise, if there is someone in centre mid for let's say 2k more than they are in cam, that's a good buy, because we can see right here cam centre mid is 4.3k. And likewise, if we find someone who's in CDM for maybe 4k more, you've got the cam centre mid is 4.3k, then the centre mid CDM is 1.2k. So, you know, it's a little bit of a rule of thumb there. Now, you don't, I guess, specifically have to run by the price of the position changes. What you can do is you can learn the prices. So let's start off here with Oscar. Now, how would I learn the prices of Oscar? What I would do is I would add them to my watch list. So, let's go and find what the cheapest Oscar with a striker is. Okay, we're going to lower it down to 3.8k. So, first of all, I might have a look is, okay, so Oscar might be like an 800 coin card. Come centre forward, that's 450. Centre forward to striker, okay, so that's a premium of 1.6k. So really, I shouldn't be paying any more than 2.5k. So these aren't going to be a buy. What I am going to do though is add that to my watch list, because I'm interested to see if they're going to sell on. Then I'm going to head over to cam to centre mids. Again, likewise, cam centre mid is a 4.3k chem style, so definitely not paying, don't really want to be paying any more than, you know, don't really want to be paying any more than 5.5k, because I could literally position change them there cheaper myself. And then let's move around to CDM. And again, I could pay, in theory, about 6k from in CDM. You can see it's quite pricey. So what you are just going to do is you are just going to go through that list of players right here, one by one, and looking for them in position changes. So let's check out Cecina, I guess it is. CDM, no deals there. Now let's go look for him in centre mid. Again, very, very commonly bought in centre mid, 6k, nope. This is, as I say, these prices aren't real. These are just prices that are thrown on here. But you guys hopefully will understand. So right here is just an example of me tracking data. So when I do add these players to my watch list, when they do go and sell on, I don't know if I've got any examples, but no, when they do go and sell on, what they'll do is they'll show you that they've sold on. Once they've sold on, what I do is I go and add their name to this spreadsheet, and then write down how much they sold on for. Because if you know what someone sells on for, you know what to buy for. Again, obviously don't use these prices. Coutinho isn't obviously 12k in centre mid. I just, you know, made up these prices for the sake of demonstration. So this is how I learn a lot of prices, and you know, I guess how I best do this method. So what we can do is go through the players one by one. So then head over to Teixeira, who is a default striker, so he's not about to buy in centre mid. 6.5k, not really going to be a buy, but what I'm going to do is add that to my traps list, because if it does sell on for 6.5k and then one pops up, let's say for 5k down the line, I'll go and buy it. This card I've gone and sold for 3.8k multiple times, but a lot of the time, or not a lot of the time, but what you will see is you will see these cards being listed up for what they sell for without, I guess, what they sell for without any position changes. So for example, I picked up this guy on Xbox the other day for, what is it, like 600 coins I think, because basically, or like 900 coins, sorry. People will list him for the same price he is without the position changes than he is with the position changes. Because basically they forget that they put the position changes on them. So again, cams we're looking for in centre mid, CDM and striker. Not really going to be getting anything there, but I'll add it to my watch list because I am interested to see if it sells on. Now you will see that this method is definitely a fair bit slower than shadow trading. But for you guys on old gen, and for you guys who are on old gen and on the web app, that's kind of what you want. You want the method being slower than what it is on what's it called? Than it is with shadow trading. Because as you can see, it's quite a nice, calm, peaceful method. All you're doing is going through players one by one, looking for deals. Now the deals you get on these players are absolutely tracking. You don't really have to worry that you don't see, I guess, me pick any deals up, because all you gotta do is pick one deal up, and that could be 4 or 5k pretty easily. And the more players you learn, the more money you can make with this method. But you can see how it's a very slow pace. You know, I've picked up deals, and deals have been sitting on the market for like 10 minutes. So in reality, you can just go through a list of players one by one every 10 minutes. Because as I say, it's not overly competitive. Lo Celso normally sells for, ooh, that's not bad. Let me have a little look what I've got down for my data. So Lo Celso in CDM, what do we have for data? So right, normally sells for about 3k. So let's go see if we can get any good deals. Sadly not, we can't. What about a striker? Oh, we're going to be getting deals in striker. A lot of the players are very strange, where they actually have, like, players like Arthur have more people convert into a striker than they do a CDM. Which I do find absolutely crazy, as he's literally a default centre mid. CDMs, let's have a little look. Arthur, we normally sell him on for 3.5k. He's at a few 3.5k sales, so let's see if there's any good deals then. You'll understand that these cards do fluctuate a fair bit. They're also a little bit slower to sell than shadow trading. And the reason they're slower to sell on than shadow trading is because, I thought that was going to be one I sold earlier, but no, the reason they take longer to sell on the shadow trading, you've got to think how often is a highly demanded right back with shadow going to be bought on the market compared to how often is a Oscar in centre mid. You know, there's less people doing advanced SVCs than there are buying meta teams. You do have to be patient, but what this really again is a very good method for you guys to do on old gen and the web app, because you know it's not highly contested. It's a very chilled method. I mean, the data I've got over last week, I think I've flipped about 100 cards in the last 2 days. We're doing this method, and all I'm doing is just every now and again checking the market, seeing what everyone's up for. Yeah, just checking the market, using my previous data. Again, if you've done a previous data, you can just look how much does it cost to position change, and if you're getting like a K cheaper than what it costs to position change them, you're not looking too bad. But that is a rule of thumb, because actually in reality this shows you that this guy normally is about 700 coins, position change is 4.3k. Obviously all these aren't going to be buys. He does actually, Tuna does sell incentive for 3.3k. But yeah, so this method's all about just learning the market, learning when players are cheap, and yeah, in reality it's just about being patient. But so for the list, do just head over to my Twitch, type !plist, and it will give you a list of players. I do want to see if I can get a deal. See if we can get a deal on Romario. There are 2 Saudi Arabian Brazilian players. Sorry, Saudi Arabian League Brazilian players. What was it, Romario and Corona? No, nothing there. This works a lot. I will say as well, this does work a little bit better on Xbox. Probably not the worst there, but not amazing. But yeah, this does work a little bit better on Xbox because I feel like the cards are less contested on Xbox. As a result of them being less contested, there are more deals. As well as doing central players, you can do wide players as well. So a few of the wide players I found work really well is Nkudu. Nkudu, who's a default left mid, works really well as a left wing. 2.9k, nothing crazy there. Likewise, you've got James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez works really well when he's converted to a right mid. We can head over here now, over to right mid. But you can see how you can do this method very easy on the web app. All you got to do is just type the player in, type the position in, search it in, and see if you can find anything cheaper than what you know it normally goes for. Or, again, cheaper than what the position changes are, given that there aren't cards flooded on the market. So that is going to be that for the current web app, or I guess old gen method I'd recommend. Again, you have to be patient that it's slower, but in the end of the day, it's a lot less competitive. So due to it being more competitive, it means you guys can do it on old gen or with slower internet. But so you're not going to be making as much as shadow trading, but then it'd be unrealistic to make as much as shadow trading. Bear in mind you're at a disadvantage. But that is going to be it. Thank you very much for watching the video. Any questions, do head over to my Twitch and ask. And I shall see you guys tomorrow with, I'm going to probably make a video on icon trading. I think that's the plan.